In July of 2014, Eric Garner, who was an unarmed African American, died while in a chokehold because of Staten Island police in New York City. In April of 2015, Baltimore officers arrested a young man who died of spinal cord injuries after arrest, causing riots nationwide. Racial profiling has become a major issue here in the United States of America. By using a police brutality and race article, a race relations article, and a public attendance on higher education ebook, I will be talking to you about what is considered racial profiling and how things like racial profiling need to be changed within the upcoming years. It basically all started with the story of Michael Brown. Michael Brown was an unarmed 18-year-old African American in St. Louis suburbs, which is mostly populated by the African Americans. He was walking down the middle of the street when he began to argue with Darren Wilson, a police officer who told him to walk on the sidewalk instead of the middle of the street. They began to fight, and Wilson claimed that he feared for his life, and that was the reason why he shot and killed the unarmed 18-year-old Michael Brown. After the shooting, police left the 18-year-old's body in the streets for hours. The incident fueled the community in rage and led many days of protest, as well as burning and looting of city buildings. In 2015, police conducted issues flared 2 different episodes drawing national attention. The first happening in North Carolina, where police shot and killed an unarmed African American 5 times in the back after running from him. After a cell phone video was taken and surfaced on the internet, Officer Michael T. Slager was charged with the murder of Walker L. Soft. That episode was soon overseen by the death of Freddie Gray in April, who was a man who suffered spinal cord injury while in Baltimore police custody. Due to Gray's death, anger demonstrations and riots were caused, promoting National Guard callouts and a citywide curfew. A week after, Baltimore state attorney charged 6 officers with criminal accusations including manslaughter, misconduct, assault, and false imprisonment for arresting Gray without legal grounds. Generally, police deny that race has anything to do when they are arresting people on the streets. Earlier in 2016, new FBI Director James B. Camey broke with law enforcement tradition, stating racial stereotypes do affect officers' interaction with African American men. Camey says, and I state, 2 young black men on one side of the street look a lot like 2 men that they have arrested and put away before, but 2 young white men wearing the same exact clothes do not. A grand jury's decision not to indict officers last year in a killing of several young black men raised tension through the world, with one exception. A Brooklyn grand jury indicts officers in February in an unintentional shooting of a young woman in a housing project stairwell. And an accompanied report that federal charges not be justified in the Brown shooting angered some communities within the same community that Michael Brown lived in. By using these articles, I am showing you that I'm not showing you that these people should not be put away for what they have done, but that the police action that has been taken is too harsh on these people that are being arrested. The action should be less than what they are, and instead of shoot to kill when unarmed, it should be shoot to halt.